Hi, and welcome to Flossom Talk, the podcast. I'm so excited that you're back. I had my first episode last week, and I was so excited to see the reactions. And thank you so much for all your feedback. It's been really helpful to me. So, in this weekly podcast, I'm talking about other things than I do in my YouTube show. As you know, I cover a lot of the Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively legal drama there. But here, I'm going to talk about other things too. And today I want to talk about something that I'm really passionate about. I did mention this in one of my episodes on YouTube not too long ago when Demi Moore won the title of the world's most beautiful by People magazine. That really infuriated me. And I'm going to go back to why that infuriated me later. I also want to talk about the hypocrisy amongst celebrity when they're complaining about the beauty standards when they're the ones creating them for the rest of us. I am also so tired of hearing celebrities talking about how their beauty routines and how they drink water and do yoga and some meditation. And then they end up looking so young and refreshed and beautiful, which is all a lie. First of all, I'm wondering, why are we still talking about beauty and why are we still rewarding beauty? I feel like these last 10 years are supposed to be like this revolution, like, oh, beauty is so much more. All these new ideas that's being pushed on us. So everyone's supposed to feel beautiful. Even if you have a big body in a different color, it's still talking about beauty. It's still talking about what your face looks like. Your body can be big, it can be misformed, whatever. You can be brown, black, white, whatever, but it's still about what your face looks like. And that still makes a lot of people feel terrible. And some people are not born beautiful in a traditional beautiful way, and then they do a lot of things to their face to try and look like these role models that we are being presented all the time. And when you look at celebrities now, when you look at movie stars, especially, I've mentioned this before, someone like Nicole Kidman, she doesn't look like a real person anymore. She looks fake. And that's because she's done so much to her beautiful face. I use the word beautiful. Used to have a beautiful face. Now she just looks fake. And I don't believe her in any roles anymore. When I'm watching a movie with Nicole Kidman, all I can think about is like, I'm studying her mimics in her face. Like, did her lips move at all? No, they didn't. Her face is saying the same. I don't believe her in any roles anymore. And the thing is, she could maybe get away with playing some kind of upper class woman with some upper class problems, but she cannot play a working class woman anymore looking the way she does. I am not trying to bash Nicole Kidman for doing plastic surgery. That's not my point here, because I think everyone should do what they feel like to feel comfortable. But, you know, when she's talking about being authentic and being a character actor, and you're doing the opposite in front of us, you are not being authentic. You're presenting an image that is not believable. And then, of course, the magazines are like, oh my God, look at ageless Nicole Kidman on the red carpet. Look how beautiful she is. And I'm like, are we supposed to look up to that? Are we supposed to want to look like that too? I don't want to look like that when I'm 60. And I'm still, I'm struggling with aging like I think most women are. It's not a fun, it's not a fun concept to look at yourself in the mirror and then something new appears every day. You're like, oh, I didn't have that line before. Oh my God, my neck looks horrible. Oh, what is that thing? What is that stain on my skin? I haven't seen that before. I should do some Botox. I should do a little neck lift, maybe. All these things that we know that the celebrities are doing, but most of the time they're hiding it from us. They're not being honest about why they look the way they do. And that's one of the things that really provoked me when Demi Moore was announced the most beautiful person by People magazine.
One beauty just is. It's authenticity. It's positivity. Beauty comes out of comfort with being exactly who you are. A real beauty for me is something that comes from the inside out. When I encounter someone who's genuine and authentic, it's attractive.
So Demi Moore was talking about beauty and what it was to her in this interview when she was announced to be the most beautiful woman by People magazine. And she said, it's about authenticity. and it's about being yourself and being confident in your own skin, when that's exactly the opposite of what she is. Because you're not confident in your own skin if you fix up everything on your face to look different. And again, I'm not shading Demi Moore for doing what she's doing, but don't pretend it's authentic, because it's not. If I would respect women in Hollywood if they said, I did all this stuff to my face because I'm insecure and I want some more confidence, and this is the way I feel more confident. I do a lot of plastic surgery to try to look younger. That would be honesty. I think beauty is honesty, and it's not pretending that you're just aging gracefully when you're absolutely not. And I think on top of this, a lot of the Hollywood stars have been, complaining for years about the high beauty standards and what they have to live up to achieve that beauty and to look young forever, and the ageism. And what they're doing is making all of the rest of us feel terrible because we don't look like them. And most of us can't afford to look like that. Like some of them been saying, oh, I just drink water and do yoga, whatever. What they're doing is going to their dermatologist like 3 times a week. They're doing all different treatments. They're doing all little surgeries here and there. All of them are doing a lot of Botox, a lot of fillers. You see their foreheads are completely stiff. They all have the same lips. They're all starting to look the same. If you look at any women in Hollywood over 40, they all kind of merging into the same person. They all have the same look on their face. And I think that is a big problem because they're not believable on screen anymore. I realized that the other day. I was watching a British TV show where everyone just looks real, and I believe the characters and I really invest in the characters. In Hollywood, I can't invest in the characters because I don't believe them. I think it's so ironic when you hear someone like Demi Moore saying that beauty is about being yourself, when she doesn't even look like herself anymore. And of course, all of these stars can blame it on the media, that everyone is expecting them to look beautiful all the time and to not age. But the thing is, they're the ones with the responsibility out there. They're the ones that are role models. They're the ones that people are supposed to look up to. And when they're just bending over for that pressure, they are really putting more pressure on the rest of us. And this isn't only for women that are aging, in their 40s, 50s, 60s. This is really rubbing off on the younger generation, which I think is so sad. Every time I see a young girl in her 20s doing a lot of Botox and having those duck lips, I feel like, oh my God, you are going to regret that so much when you get older, especially doing your lips like that, because they are not reversible. You have to keep filling them up constantly. And then when you reach a certain age, they're going to sag and sag and sag, and you need to do surgery to kind of lift up your whole chin. I spoke to a Beverly Hills surgeon about this, actually. We were talking about different celebrities. He's doing a lot of different celebrities. And he was especially mentioning Lady Gaga.
A Star is Born, it's an incredible movie. It's her most important role of her entire life. And the entire time, I'm looking at it, and anybody who knows lips, that she just looks ducky there. And it's unfortunate because she has nothing else done to her face. She's so natural. And she probably had her lips filled maybe 1 time or 2 times, likely with Juvederm or the wrong filler, and it just came up here and she looks like a duck. And the whole time it's distracting away from how beautifully she sings. When they're doing the close-ups, all you see is this.
Yeah, he was saying exactly the same as I'm saying. You couldn't stop staring at her lips because they're off. Something is off. And I think when someone like Demi Moore is honored to be the most beautiful person by People magazine, that is disrespectful for everyone else who is the same age who doesn't look like that and think that, okay, that's what I'm supposed to look like when I'm 60 years old. It's not fair. And then the same celebrities are interviewed on red carpets and talking about, what they're wearing and how they look so amazing and beautiful. Then they're like, oh, don't ask me about those things. There was this movement a few years ago women saying, ask me more or ask her more. Like they wouldn't be degraded to just talk about their outfits on the red carpet. Well, the reason why they're on that red carpet is to sell a product, which is themselves and their own image and maybe sometimes a movie, but they're there to look perfect, to look beautiful, for us to look up to. Some of their publicists are sending all this information out before they even appear on the red carpet, what they're wearing, who's the designer, who's the makeup artist, so that everyone can write down all these things and all these facts and information about them. And then they're on the red carpet themselves saying like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. To me, that is so hypocritical when that is exactly what you're selling. I think there are still some women out there, someone like Kate Winslet, who's actually letting herself age naturally. She's not that old, obviously, but she looks real. And everything when she talks about things, she's real. To me, I think someone like Kate Winslet is the perfect role model. I remember last year, I saw this interview at the Hollywood Reporter. It was a roundtable with a lot of big actresses. It was Jennifer Aniston, Jodie Foster, Nicole Kidman, Brie Larson, Sofia Vergara, Naomi Watts, and Anna Sawai. And looking at their faces, I was like shocked when I saw the way Sofia Vergara looks now. And then her next to Nicole Kidman, Jennifer Aniston too has done so much to her face. And then you see someone like Jodie Foster there and you're like, wow, there is a real person here. And if you look at all of these people together, who's the best actress? To me, that is Jodie Foster. And maybe it is because she looks like a real person. So I don't know who puts the pressure on these celebrities to look the way they are. They are always blaming it on the media and the public, that there's so much pressure on them. But it really comes down to themselves. And I think a lot of actors that I know are very insecure and they need validation all the time. And they're afraid of people saying that they have aged or they look older. I think these women can look the way they want to, but don't pretend that you look like this naturally, because no one does. The only person that I think has the best surgeon in town probably is Jennifer Lopez. I mean, she looks amazing. And I remember I interviewed her and I asked her about, her beauty secret that everyone wants to know. And she's like, oh, you have to wait and see. I'm coming out with my new line. And of course, she's selling beauty products. And people think that, oh, if I use Jennifer Lopez cream or JLo's cream, I'm going to look like her. My skin is going to be like that. That's amazing. I will spend a ton of money buying her products to look like her. While the real reason why Jennifer Lopez looks amazing is because she's done a lot of stuff at the dermatology office and at a plastic surgeon's office. She has done tiny little things that you can't really tell, but let me tell you, she has done a lot, because no one looks like that at 55 or however old she is now. It's impossible. When we look at these people and what they do to the general public, they fuel insecurities, eating disorders, body dysphoria, an increase in cosmetic procedures for teens and young adults as well. They are selling us confidence and we are buying it. And I think this is part of the hypocrisy that makes people really fed up with Hollywood. Don't sell us these lies. And the thing is, it's in their power to change things. They are the ones that can change this. They have the power to change this. They are the ones that can refuse to do plastic surgery. They're the ones that can refuse to do all these things to make their appearance look younger. And the fact is, they don't look younger. They just look weird. And as I said, I'm not saying that people shouldn't do whatever makes them feel confident, but you can't blame the beauty standards on the industry when you are a part of creating these standards yourself. You can't sell your anti-aging cream on Monday and then complain about the pressure to look young in the media the next day. I think that Hollywood and the women in Hollywood have a responsibility to the rest of us. I think they should be a good example for the rest of us, and they're not. Calling everyone beautiful isn't progress, it's still centering around beauty. We need a new definition of beauty. We need freedom from it. We don't need to feel beautiful to feel worthy. And that's one of the things that's been some of the taglines forever in the beauty industry. Oh, your confidence, you feel beautiful. No, you should feel powerful. You should feel authentic. Your worth doesn't come from the way you look. The real revolution isn't redefining beauty. It's dethroning it. I think the most radical thing we could say is it doesn't matter what you look like. I think People magazine should change the title of the most beautiful woman to the most accomplished woman, to the most fearless woman, to the most evolved woman, because beauty is not the highest form of female achievement. Maybe the most radical act of beauty today is to be honest. And if we as the audience stop buying into the lie, they will stop selling it. Thanks for listening to Flawsome Talk, you guys. I really appreciate your support. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section on YouTube, or send me an email, flawsometalk@gmail.com. And thanks for listening. If you are on Amazon, Apple, iHeart, or Spotify, or if you watch me on YouTube, thank you so much. And yeah, if there's anything you want me to talk about, please send me tips on flawsometalk@gmail.com. And yeah, I'll see you in my next episode, or I'll see you every day on my YouTube channel.